Welcome to the Signet Synopsis, the series we summarise all the shows and spectacles that spread their way sporadically around the server. I'm your host WhoKnows, and before we get into the synopsis, there are a few announcements I have to give. The SignetCraft Server will not be up as long as usual from today, Monday, until Friday the 24th of July. The members can still play on it, but not for as long, as we're taking a break from it. Thus next week's recap will be quite short, although non-server-based content on the channel will still be going as usual. And with that out of the way, let's just get into the synopsis. Starting as we always do with Frosty. He's built a giant tunnel over a river in his city, which currently leads to nowhere. With the roads being widened too wide and a multitude of stone slab pavements, the city is taking shape. And also, no city has a giant hill in the centre blocking development, so Frosty tore down the hill he was living in, ready to expand the city in that direction instead. Booper, meanwhile, ends the feud with China by giving some of Cayman's valuable items back, which he accidentally took. He also started a new bee farm inside the Jungle Research Station. Set up a glass shop as well in the shopping district, and still hasn't noticed the giant hole next to his house where the server's been gathering all the terracotta that they need. Little Duckling improved China's trenches, adding firing steps and small bunkers, just in case Booper retaliates. He also continues to grow giant trees to stock up on logs and builds a giant flower where him and React sell their dye from their many new farms they've been setting up in the past weeks. He also designs a path from his house to a small pier built on the lake which he plans to incorporate as the centre of his huge medieval town. Meanwhile, Warrior died, and spent most of this week just trying to get stuff back. But in between that, he also formulated an idea for the Nether Hub, a highway made of soul so that anyone with Soul Speed 3 could move around extremely quickly, and anyone else would have to suffer. React was busy building in the new Chinese industrial district, spending a long time just transporting the most annoying creatures in the game, villagers. Having nearly finished the iron farm, he's also started on a zero-tick sugarcane farm, because of course Mojang did a great job of patching zero-ticking. He also built a cactus farm with Little Duckling to supply green dye for the dye shop. The newest member of the server, Green Zany, started on building the Wither Skeleton farm in a nearby nether fortress, but almost as soon as he started, died. A lot. But with the help of Warrior and Cayman, he managed to get all of his stuff back. Speaking of Cayman, he worked on his house in China. And set up a new shop, Cayman Delivers, along with React. The premise is you place an order at any shop that supports Cayman Delivers, and they come out wherever you are and deliver the goods, as long as you pay for a monthly subscription, of course. Doug has mainly been focusing on 1.16 things, especially piglin bartering, which he set up a farm for in the old Nether Hub. Having spent ages AFK at the Creeper farm and fixing the zombified piglin farm, he basically has unlimited resources, as long as you're talking about gold, leather, gunpowder, quartz, or any other material you can get from the aforementioned farms. He also tracked down Pigstep from a Bastion and Chirp, and has nearly completed his music disc collection ready for a concert. Finally, there's me. I've taken a break from building the Tower of Orthanc, and instead have focused on random small projects. I've built another shop that sells lots of new 1.16 things. And of course, to get all these different things, I've built a fungus farm, which is enclosed in an oriental style building, which has a little brother next to it, in which is the stone generator. I also made the entrance to the Star Destroyer using a minecart rail on top of what is supposed to be giant lasers. And finally, I redid the interior of Plants Incorporated to make it more stylish and modern, That's it for this week, folks. Tune in next week for a shorter synopsis.